This study is entitled Perspective of Filipino Rehabilitation Students on Interprofessional Education, or IPE. The study's proposed research design would be a phenomenological research design. Phenomena can only occur when an individual has experienced them. As defined by Cresswell in 2013, phenomenology is an approach to qualitative research that centers on the commonality of a lived experience within a particular group. Since the research's objective is to know and understand the perceptions and lived experiences of the students who underwent an IPE course, it aligns well with the objectives and research design of a phenomenological study. Previous studies on student experiences and perceptions also utilized a phenomenological study design when studying on perceptions and experiences. The study's main intended setting is the University of Santo Tomas because this was where the first IPE course was implemented. The volatility of the pandemic must be taken into consideration, hence online telecommunication software will be utilized if quarantine restrictions and safety concerns prevent face-to-face meetings. The table below shows the inclusion and exclusion criteria of the study. Purposive sampling will be utilized, which would involve the identification and selection of individuals that are experienced or knowledgeable about the phenomenon of interest. To be more specific, maximum variation will be employed, which would require the researchers to examine a broad range of distinct cases within the population of interest. This would enable the study to have adequate representation of the different stakeholders. 24 to 32 participants is the target sample size, as the researchers will conduct 4 focus group discussions with 6 to 8 students each, grouped by department. This would be more feasible in terms of scheduling. Data gathering tools, FGD or focus group discussion. An FGD would be a fitting method to conduct since the study aims to determine participants' perception on IPE. It probes experiences about the topic and encourages participants to engage in discussions with each other. Through their experiences, the research team would understand what IPE means. Even with trained moderators, it is still crucial to follow a guide about how to facilitate FGDs. Thus, the research team will be structured and conducted in reference to the guidelines for conducting a focus group discussion. Here is a sample of the resource material. The research team will conduct the FGDs through online telecommunication software. Conducting online focus groups would be more beneficial than a physical setup, as it requires proper technological gadgets and reliable internet bandwidth. Though participants and moderators may experience poor connectivity and lack of proper observation, it is a preferred platform, especially when people are wary of the pandemic. The focus groups will be implemented for 60 to 90 minutes by members of the research team who have received training from the co-authors with prior experience on conducting FGDs. This ensured that the discussion will be well delivered. Data gathering procedures. The manuscript would first undergo an ethical review from UST ERC before proceeding with the data collection. Upon approval, team will be inviting students who meet the criteria through the use of emails, posters, and Facebook. The research team will be reviewing the potential participants to ensure satisfaction of the inclusion criteria. Once a group of viable recruits has been established, a letter of confirmation with an attached consent form will be sent to the participants to confirm their availability. Participants will be grouped according to their program, and the focus group discussion will consist of 5 open-ended questions as seen below. There will be 1 facilitator and 1 note-taker, and all sessions will be audio recorded and transcribed. Data analysis. A thematic content analysis of the transcribed FGD will be conducted independently by triads to identify common themes following Braun and Clark's thematic analysis guide. Through data reduction and data compilation, the researchers will generate meaningful patterns and codes. Afterwards, a qualitative data analytic software, or NVivo, will be utilized for auto-coding, followed by a manual review to verify the software's coding assignments. Credibility of data analysis will be ensured by having the triads group similar codes to conceptual categories, followed by a consensus of the whole team to collapse all themes into main themes, which would represent all of the qualitative data collected. The findings of the analysis were carefully reviewed multiple times by all the members of the research team to establish its validity. To enhance the credibility and trustworthiness, these were done. Thank you for watching, and this has been Group 1 of 2 OTA.